Good day everyone, I am Ruvelyn Balongag and I'm here to tackle about gender in school, gender bias and gender bias in school enrollments. So let's start. As one of the most fundamental aspects of self, gender impacts everybody. All of us can point to a time in our lives when we were burdened by unfair limitations or expectations because of others' beliefs about our gender. Regardless of a student's age, gender impacts a child's experience at school across the grades. As a primary socializing agent, schools have a tremendous opportunity and responsibility to be inclusive of all students, regardless of the gender identity or expression. School is the one where our children should be exploring ideas and discovering new skills. It is inexcusable that any child might be prevented from pursuing their passions simply based on others' perceptions of their gender. Gender bias is a preference or prejudice toward one gender over the other. Bias can be conscious or unconscious and may manifest in many ways, both subtle and obvious. It is unequal treatment in employment opportunities such as promotion, pay, benefits, and privileges and expectations due to the attitudes based on the sex of an employee or group of employees. Gender bias can be subtle or overt and can result in small or large consequences. Most countries have laws eliminating gender bias in workplaces. Gender bias can be a legitimate basis for a lawsuit under anti-discrimination statutes. It occurs when people make assumptions regarding behaviors, abilities, or preferences of others based upon their gender, because there are strong gender role stereotypes for masculinity and femininity. Next is gender bias in school enrollments. Discrimination based on gender is one of the primary impediments to education, and it affects boys and girls. In some regions, boys' educational opportunities are limited by gender roles that force them to work rather than attend school. These financial responsibilities are often increased in boys' adolescent years, making it difficult for them to complete secondary school in some regions. However, in many parts of the world, girls are most often the victims of gender discrimination as they pursue an education. Education is the only key to bring gender equality. Increase in literacy rate should bring equality based on gender, but in society gender equality is not yet achieved up to the expected level, because the roles of gender are taken from the society that plays a root cause for inequality, though women are educated. While the past few decades have seen an improvement in the treatment of females in classroom methods and curricular materials, it would be premature to declare victory and dismiss issues of gender bias. Often teachers reflect varied expectations for children based on a student's gender, class, race, and ethnicity. If these gender biases, which may have developed from cultural norms, may lead to bias in the classroom.
Gender bias in dropouts. There is a gap in enrollment of school of girls students when compared to boys. The social barriers standing in the way of girls attending school, poverty, compulsion of older girls in families having to look after the home and siblings, the conception or misconception that girls do not need education, and or that what is taught in school is irrelevant to them, parents seeing to limited economic benefits in educating daughters, lack of women teachers, and separate school for girls. Girls have to stay at home once they attain poverty till they are married, and, we, and, they, be, and they become part of another family, leaving the parental home. So naturally, the son is sent to the school, not the daughter, which we call is a gender bias in school enrollment. The above reason also result high dropout rates upper primary stage, so there is a gap in retention of girls in school, even they enroll at the primary stage. Okay. The other factor to be taken into account is that are there enough opportunities for girls to achieve their full potential in the way for boys do in the education system. Often there unrecognized, unintended unknown bias in the mind of the teacher, administration, and peers in school which is inherent for girls. gender bias in household responsible. The gender discrimination school is an extension of what we think in the family, in the society, and in the community in which we live. Unless there is camaraderie, dignity, and partnership among the members of and within the family, it is difficult to expect the school to create artificially in the school environment and to pursue without reference to what is happening in society. Any program of gender discrimination elimination in educational institution must take into confidence the parents of guardian and undoubtedly the teachers, both men and women, for whom there must be continuous program orienting them to the equality in the thought and deed. Male and female are two wings of the society. Development of the society is not possible, is not balanced between them. Continuous neglect of a silent killer to the another. Most of the parents do not give equal opportunity to their female child. Taught equal to all is one of the fundamental rights. However, till now, females are not getting equal opportunity within the family. Therefore, there is a reason behind the intra-household gender discrimination. The reason is purely selfishness of the parents. Social attitudes toward girls' education. The social barriers and attitudes standing in the way of girls attending school, poverty, compulsion of older girls in families, having to look after the home and siblings. The conception or misconception that girls do not need education and or that what taught in school is irrelevant to them. Parents seeing limited economic benefits in educating daughters, lack of women teachers at separate school for girls, supportive facilities like adequate and clean toilet. Add to this commonly held belief that marriage is the all and end all for girls, leading for early marriage and pregnancy, so naturally the son is sent to the school, not the daughter. There are two extreme types of parental and social attitude: behavior perfect, altruistic, and perfect capitalistic or selfishness. If parents are perfect altruistic about their child, then both types of child are equally welcome in the family. The share of the family cake will be identically equal for both male and female child. Invest of human capital accumulation will be the same both the type of child. If parents are altruistic, the social norms has no influence behavior of the parents toward their child. On the other hand, if the parents are perfectly capitalistic, then they try to get what can gives maximum return. Therefore, if parents are perfectly capitalist, then ex ante outcome is parents welcome only male child in the family. However, sex of the newborn child is determined by the invisible hand. Therefore, ex post outcome is girl child labor and education to male.